can kill me, but you will never destroy me. It takes strength to resist the dark side.
Throughout heaven and earth, I alone am the honored one.
Are you kidding? Why the hell should I wait for you?
I know what it's like to try and rebuild a life. I had a bad day too.
If you're having nightmares, then welcome to the club. My name's Subaru Natsuki, and I am the Knight of Amelia.
Right now, all I can give you is just death.
If you are feeling disheartened, that you are somehow not enough, set your heart ablaze.
Well, I'm certainly a whole lot happier with that intro than the last one that I made, because the last one was just kind of stitched together at the last minute. But welcome to Animated Saturday night, 6 o'clock Central, every week. I am the host, as it says down below, Crimson Law. And I am alone this week. So, yeah, it's going to be a little different, this one, because there's a couple of big topics that I wanted to cover this week. So, not going to be really doing any of the trailers or all of that. And just sort of covering some of the new stuff that's going to be coming out this year. Or not this year, next year. Starting with, the winter season, then you have spring 2024 and summer 2024. All that stuff. But even before that, there is the issue that has, plagued the anime community for quite some time. The issue of localizers being shitty as hell. And all the stuff they've done. If you haven't seen it, I have a video up on it on my channel that I posted today, sort of discussing it in short. But I'm going to get into a whole lot more detail here. And yeah, that's about it. Oh, I do have a little indie project that I found this week that I do like. So might as well roll right into the indie comic highlight portion of these streams. If I don't biff my keybinds. Not keybinds, if I don't press the wrong button. Here we go. So this here is Project Gnosis. Gnosis. However you really want to say that. And it's already funded. So as you can see, there are awards here. You can just go straight to buying the project. The campaign is closed, but you can still buy the comic. And as far as a premise goes, this series is pretty much about you have a rogue speedster, super-powered human being who has killed off all the other superheroes and taken over the world. And these groups, this group of modified people, these pseudo-superhuman beings, are sort of left to deal with all of that. And now, one of the things I do want to point out is that I like the art style. It's definitely in my wheelhouse. The premise is cool. I haven't had any problems visually with it, which is good. And for what you're paying as far as like the volume 1, considering it's a full color comic book, it's 120 pages, trade paperback, and it contains four full-length stories. So as far as an indie project goes, I feel like pretty worth it. Pretty worth a shot. And yeah, it's kind of hard to dig through a lot of those projects and find something that I feel actually ends up being worth talking about. I usually try to pick something that has, you know, good artwork or a cool story or premise or something, or is going to be worth the money you spend on it. Because I've seen some of these projects go for, you want a link in the chat? Sure. Give me a second. Here. Let's do that. And there we go. And that is Project Gnosis. Kind of like superhero stuff. I'm interested. I'm going to pick up a copy after this. And they have all their different covers and stuff in there. So like they have it looks like, here, I'll bring this back up again. It looks like they have their homage to like the X-Men cover here. And, the standard cover A. The cover B, honestly, I think is the one that I like the most. But, and if you don't want physical for some reason, if you're weird and don't like physical, they do sell digitals. I highly recommend you get physicals because it's always nicer to hold a book in your hand when you're reading it. But that's just me. It's just my personal preference. Now, normally this would be the point at which I go into doing trailers and all of that stuff, going over some of the new releases, but that's kind of the big segment for later at the end of the night. I'm going to be going through the list of all the anime projects that are coming out in the next year, at least all the ones that have been announced, because honestly, there are some that I really would like to highlight, some that I've already kind of done trailers for, and some that have caught my eye and things that I haven't actually touched yet. So I think it would probably be a good time to move into what is pretty much the hot topic of the week as far as the anime stuff goes. And that is localizers getting bent. So I'll bring this up. We'll go through this and get into some details here. Because like I said, I did a video on this earlier today, talking about kind of what's involved in all this. So the Ancient Magus Bride AI controversy sets a bad precedent for manga translation. So it seems like it's only a matter of time, but AI is going to be used to translate manga. But if AI is going to be used to translate manga, it is worth confronting the costs head on. So this is part of a very, very large issue within the anime community. And what that is that in order for, these projects to be shipped over to the United States, they first have to be translated. Now, that in and of itself is not a terrible thing. Translation isn't the problem. The problem is who's doing it. And a lot of times you'll get people who have their own agendas, and I'll get into some of that. But this article here is particularly talking about how this could affect manga and anime going forward. And there's another channel bigger than me called A Drink with Crazy. He does a lot of indie stuff, but he also covered this particular topic because he's a bit of an anime fan as well. And he was talking about how this could be a degradation to the quality of manga and anime here in the near future. So the use of AI translation in the simultaneous international release of the Ancient Magus Bride manga has sparked negative reactions from fans. To to some extent. Not particularly like it's not particularly as negative as they want you to think. Who fear the replacement of human translators and lower quality translations. Japanese company Mantra combines its machine translation technology with proofreading by professional translators as a workaround, but this creates a dilemma for translators who have to either make machine translated English sound natural without guaranteeing accuracy, or compare it to the original text, making their job more difficult. The use of AI translation in media localizations is driven by the desire for faster and cheaper translations. However, the concerns of replacing translators and receiving lower quality translations remains. So, like I said, the core of this issue, or not the core, this issue starts with localizers not quite doing their jobs the way they're supposed to. And I'm going to switch over to another article here by Bounding Into Comics that covers something along the lines as to why this is happening. So, in this game, Ghostwire Tokyo, the English localization adds "property is theft," a line not found in the original Japanese version. Excuse me. Having a bit of a hiccup moment there. Cheers. Anyway, so fans have called out the English translation of Ghostwire for they did changing a line of dialogue to add "property is theft" message that was not found in the original game. Now, regardless of whether it's a joke or not, there was still no need to change that. The edit in question appears during a scene wherein the protagonist Akito, a former cop turned spirit companion, and former cop turned spirit companion KK, loses track of one of an antagonistic barrier. The English break my brain. The latter recommends they go to a local shrine in hopes of finding a new tool with which to counter their foes. That seems like a long shot. Never know till you try. After all, I found that bow of yours inside a shrine. You mean you stole? Akito replies, to which his ethereal roommate deflects, "All property is theft, kid." So here's the thing. That line does not appear in other translations. Except for in the Chinese, there's a similar line used. "The world belongs to the people." But this is China we're talking about. Now, here it goes into, bringing up the original line that was used. So, "sa dodarona," which can also be translated according to machine translations as "I wonder how," "I don't know," or "well, I don't know." You see, that's the thing when it comes to these localizers is like they're okay. Rewind here. Not getting too far ahead of myself. This is one of the more relatively popular instances, or relatively recent instances, of a localizer taking a work that isn't theirs and turning it into a bit more of a message-driven story. The line "all theft or all property is theft" did not need to be in there, because it would be more accurate to say, "Well, who knows?" That's kind of what the original insinuates, a bit of a deflection in all of that. Now, of course, this is not the only instance of that, and I can bring up one on Twitter that I posted earlier of what exactly these people have gotten up to in their here we go. So share screen. So this is my Twitter, by the way. If you're interested, you can go follow me there. I made this clip and posted a little blurb from, or that I used as the intro to my video on the subject to Twitter. And it's pretty much a summary of what exactly happened. This is one of the more infamous localization issues. And it comes from an anime called Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid.
いやー、なんだ、ルコアさんでしたか。お菓子持ってきたんだけど、どうかな。ありがとうございます。
No conversation and all that.
何ですか、その格好。
Okay, so what's up with that outfit? And the response? Everyone was always saying something to me, so I tried toning down the exposure. You should change your body next. Kind of a casual little jab there. So that's the original Japanese version. Basically, people commenting about, how she usually doesn't wear much. Moving on to the English version.
Want some snacks? Duh, thank you. What are you wearing that for?
Oh, those pesky patriarchal societal demands were getting on my nerves. So I changed clothes.
Give it a week, they'll be begging you to change back.
Huh?
You can come on in if you want.
But yeah, that pretty much sums up the idea of what the community has been dealing with for a long time. There was no need to put in any sort of messaging, and that was all done by the chick who voices the character. And when she was confronted on it, she acted defiant and indignant that people would, point out the fact that she changed the line purely for an ideological reason. Now, as far as the solution to it goes, I don't see AI being the entire solution. Now, there are, what was raised by the article. Sorry, jeez. I'm not feeling great today for some reason. Maybe it's the Chipotle. Anyway, one of the issues raised by the article about using AI to translate manga and anime is that, things are bigger than just the idea of a word means something in this language and it translates exactly to this. Once you start building sentences, context starts to matter, And then when you get to paragraphs and stories overall, those words start to really mean a whole lot. So when you make these tiny changes, you can really disrupt a whole story without even realizing it. See, now, okay, this example is a little bit more convoluted because it was also involving U.S. broadcast laws, but there was the anime Cardcaptor Sakura, which was a romance about a girl chasing down these magic tarot cards or whatever that contained monsters in them and trying to seal them all back. And there was a huge part of the story that was romance that was edited out of the English version because that kind of content was not allowed on it was not allowed via U.S. broadcast law. So in order to air it in the States, they had to dub all of that out, which led to some really, really confusing scenes at times. But these companies switching over to AI is not this company switching over to AI is not being driven. I guarantee you it's not being driven by fan outcry. I don't think they care much more than US corporations care about, how the fans perceive things. I mean, just look at how Chainsaw Man was received in Japan, and it's still getting a movie. So the AI is really just a cost-cutting and efficiency method. And as pointed out, machine translations generally aren't all the greatest. They tend to be a little clunky, a little awkward at times, and, well, not all that fun. Wait, why did it revert me back to this? I had a whole... There we go. I'll have to mess with that later. Either way. So, yeah, I mean, I think the fan outcry has definitely created a situation in which companies have been able to, axe these localizers without much fear of fan backlash. But at the same time, I do think that these translations need some human input, because in order to get the same meaning across in Japanese, or in English, as it has in Japanese, you do have to rearrange some things a little bit and make some comments and make some adjustments to the way things play out. Because I have read some, clunky machine translated manga in my time. It's not the most pleasant thing. Sure, it's accurate to some degree. We can debate that, whether it captures whether these machines can capture the nuance of the Japanese language or not. But it's definitely a step down in quality. All things... Hold on. Okay. Sorry. Random break there. I do not think that this is going to be the way of the future, and I do see the argument of both sides. I completely understand the people who want to get rid of all these corrupt localizers who just do not respect what they're working with. But we still need to acknowledge that there's human input required in this, and just strictly going to AI could cause, huge problems with quality. Which I think the compromise in having, the machine translations with some human input on the back end to make sure things work out properly might be the best solution in the short term. But the perfect ideal world solution would be, having people... would be, having translators who don't want to just inject their own agenda into something. And there's also the point that I've seen people raise in some of the comment sections of the videos of people like Weebs and Waifus. I think Lethal Lightning has covered it, Yellow Flash, Hero Hey, that the localization industry can burn to the ground for what they did to Vic Mignogna. And now I'm not too privy on what the situation is with that. Maybe I'll read up on it later. But corruption, or I wouldn't say corruption. That's probably a bad word for it. Being overall scummy is kind of the norm when it comes to the localization issue. Which is kind of sad, really. Because I do enjoy watching these shows and reading these manga in my own native language. That's rough. Kind of sucks. But enough of dwelling on things that may or may not be a huge problem. If you really want to hear some if you really want to know more about the whole localization issue, Hirohei does a lot of coverage of localizers being shitty, and I would recommend you go check that out. He's definitely way more worth the time. So I guess now is as good a time as any to bring up the big topic of the night that I wanted to go over. Getting into the upcoming anime of the year. So right off the bat, January 7th, the first one we got on here is Solo Leveling, which I have covered a bit on the channel. At first, I was kind of skeptical as to, how how this show, or how good the quality of this show was going to be. And I think the trailers have convinced me that it's going to be fairly good and that I'll enjoy it. I have never watched Classroom of the Elite. I see a lot of good things about it. Maybe I'll start that one. And then Tsukimichi Moonlit Fantasy, just another, generic isekai. Not really a huge fan of it. I tried one episode and was like, yeah, this is stereotypical bullshit fantasy stuff. Not too terribly interested. Solo Leveling, though, definitely one that's worth keeping your eye on. Mashle, second season. Again, definitely one worth watching. They kind of ended on a cliffhanger where everyone starts to realize that MASH can't actually use magic. But the series overall has been pretty funny. I do like it. And it's pretty much just Harry Potter, but what if Harry Potter couldn't use magic? I mean, you got a Hogwarts clone, a Dumbledore clone. You've literally copied every freaking thing you can and made a parody of it. It's great. Actually apparently done by the same studio that's doing Solo Leveling here, which is nice. Oh boy, Chained Soldier. Now, I definitely saw this one coming. I saw the trailer. Wasn't too terribly impressed for the amount of CGI that they used for monsters. It reminded me of the So I'm a Spider anime that came out a couple years back. That was heavily CGI'd, and the CGI was not the best work at all. And now, while I will admit to enjoying the manga for this one, it's definitely one that's got that, amazing personalities going for it. This series doesn't seem to be a huge deeply story motivated anime. I feel like it's a boobs manga. It's a boobs manga, and it even says so right here where it's tagged as ecchi. Still, the premise was cool enough. I liked the idea. And the characters were somewhat interesting, but it's really relying on that sex appeal to keep it marketed. This one, another returning anime. I didn't expect it to get a season 2 so quickly, but it is. I loved it. It's on my top 10, The Dangers in My Heart, at least top 10 for 2023. And you can go check that video out on my channel if you haven't. But pretty much It starts out kind of creepy because the main character, this guy right here, is like the school shooter type. Like he wants to kill everyone. He's fed up with life. He hates school. He's a total loner. He has no friends, and ends up, falling in love with the chick he wants to kill more than anything else. It is a really, really bizarre premise and story, but nonetheless, still pretty fun. I still liked it. Ended up being a very, I don't know, like ironically, ended up being a very relaxing, chill anime, and this chick being the best character in the series because she's a total idiot. Bottom tier character Tomozaki second stage. I completely forgot this anime even existed because I don't know, I just didn't care much for it. I got about halfway through and stopped watching. Again, another romance one that I wasn't too impressed with. Basically, this pro gamer dude who's like a loser in real life, learning to be a normal human being. Don't know much about Delicious in Dungeon, so why not read it? After the Golden Kingdom is sunk underground by an insane magician, its king emerges, promising all of his treasure to any who defeat the magician before crumbling to dust. Guilds are spurred on by this promise, traversing the labyrinthine dungeon in search of the magician. That is not what I would have inferred from that title. Huh. Never would have guessed that that is what that would be about. Okay, then. So, Ao no Exorcist, or well, Blue Exorcist. Again, I've heard some good things about this. Basically, you have a guy who is like the son. From what I've read, he is the son of the devil, and he's all pissed off about it and wants to kill his dad. Isn't that like the plot of Devil May Cry? A Sign of Affection. Oh, another manga that I touched. This one is definitely, shoujo. So basically you have this deaf chick and a globe-trotting, or this, and a globe-trotting white-haired dude who speaks like 5 different languages. And he starts learning sign languages just to try and communicate with her. It's a pretty chill manga. Definitely one that you would read if you want to just, feel cozy, feel good. It's a good feel-good story. Banished from the hero's party. I decided to live a quiet life in a backwater country. I don't remember how that title goes, but it's another one of those really, really, really long-ass titles that is just like overbearing. But as far as the series itself goes, I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty cool. Or not pretty cool. I thought it was good. I feel like it lacked in the action department when it wanted to do fighting stuff, but its world was kind of boring, but its story was good. It was more so about this guy who was like forced out of his position as like a group of defenders of the realm, and because everyone thinks he's weak, he just sort of vanishes off into the countryside, only for everyone to realize that hey, we actually need this guy. Hokkaido gals are super adorable. Sounds like another generic school romance. Anime. Probably something I'd watch just for, the review. The Witch and the Beast. Godot, a feral girl with long fangs and the eyes of a beast. Asaph, a soft-spoken man with delicate features and a coffin strapped to his back. This ominous pair appears one day in a town that's in thrall to a witch who has convinced the townsfolk she's their hero. But Asaph and Godot know better. They have their scores to settle. Oh, I can click down. Okay. That makes a lot more sense. No better. They have scores to settle, and they won't hesitate to remove anyone in their way. All right. I guess that sounds kind of interesting. Oh, it's a seinen. Okay. That definitely piques my interest. Maybe I'll have to check that one out. It could end up being like Bastard, Heavy Metal Dark Fantasy. That could be cool. Oh, jeez. You want to talk about... Okay. I'm going to go on a bit of a rant here. Why does the isekai genre have to be filled with all of these mid as hell entries? Because as far as the stories go that you could tell, there is a lot of potential that you can work with there. ReZero, Overlord, Konosuba, Song of Spider, so what, to some extent. Jobless Reincarnation, all great isekais. Oh, I almost forgot. Shield Hero, to some extent, too. All great isekais that kind of handle the genre really well. I would say they're probably the best. And then you get into some of the more B tier stuff like Farming Life in Another World and The Eminence in Shadow. They're good, but you can tell they're kind of just barely hanging on there for a time. Just barely. It gets annoying to see, because I'm a fan of the isekai genre. I do like it, but it gets kind of annoying to see all of this, low effort game world kind of stuff get put out into the genre, because it's clearly just profiting off of the fact that people want something dumb to kill some time with, which I guess there's nothing wrong with. But I mean, come on, if you're gonna give money to artists, this is one of the reasons why I think Miyazaki's comments about how anime was a mistake are correct, because it has popularized this kind of art, quote unquote, that doesn't take a whole lot of effort to produce. You can get popular off of a very low effort project. Now, it's entertainment and it certainly does its job, so you can't really critique it on that front. But from an artistic standpoint, this kind of stuff is crap. Metallic Rouge. In a world where humans and androids coexist, Rouge is an android girl who is on a mission on Mars with her partner Naomi. The mission is to murder 9 artificial humans who are hostile to the government. Now, I viewed the trailer for this last week or the week before, and it looks good. As far as an anime goes, I think this one's pretty freaking good looking. I'm excited to see what's to come of it. It's done by Bones, and it is an original which is exciting because you really don't know anything that's going to happen to it. Normally, you could go buy a manga or a light novel, get into it. Yeah. Continue on. January 6th. Oh, wait, I shouldn't say that on YouTube. Tales of what? It's labeled ecchi. Do I even want to? He has been in love with his childhood friend and neighbor Hime ever since she and her grandfather appeared out of nowhere 10 years ago. Now a dazzling yet mysterious high school beauty, she makes it more and more difficult for him to confess his feelings. As the anniversary of their first meeting nears, the first meeting is nearing, will he muster up his courage to transform their friendship into something more, or will an entirely different fate await this tightly bonded pair? Interesting. I'm a little concerned by the ecchi tag on it, but as far as the oh god, it says harem. Seinen harem. Oh boy. That's a combination. Seinen and harem. So yeah, there's probably going to be some boobs in that one. All right. The wrong way to use healing magic. Another like B tier isekai that actually does look kind of interesting. Not going to lie. Because it at least takes a unique approach to it in like going with, well, I wouldn't say unique because doing the underestimated like bullshit gag power is actually super OP. That's pretty stereotypical, but this one is being done with healing magic. So my guess is this turns out to be redo of healer, but not redo of healer. Oh boy. Foolish Angel dances with the devil. Probably another mythology, romantic subtext, school, seinen. Huh. Urusei Yatsura gets another season. Another generic, bland-looking isekai. Never even heard this one before. Shaman King, Ishura, High Card, Season 2. Another stereotypical isekai. Here's some that actually seem important to mention. So, The Unwanted Undead Adventure. Now, I've actually read this series. It's a series of light novels that, actually pretty good. I checked out the trailer in one of my streams, and it looks like it's being done pretty well. And the premise is effectively that you have a guy who has like no aptitude for being an adventurer whatsoever, who's been doing it for like 10 years, struggling, chasing his dream, finds himself in a very unique situation where he is turned into a skeleton. And because this is, the Japanese fantasy genre, there's this game world mechanic of him being able to level up, become stronger. Eventually, he becomes like a pseudo vampire. But that is like after, 11 books. Still, it's a fairly cool series. I don't think it's the best fantasy series I've ever read. But it certainly is entertaining. It has a pretty decently built world. Interesting characters that I actually ended up liking. A little bit of mystery to the overall world, which I do like. Having some like grand mystery to solve. Things they only really start hinting about way later in the series. One I will definitely be checking out next year. And if you're ever bored, I do think the novels are worth checking out. So, Kingdom, 5th season. I have a friend actually who is very big on Kingdom, and he constantly recommends it to me. So maybe I will have to go check this one out because I don't know. I hear a lot of good things about it so far. Boring. This one seems like it could be somewhat interesting. A member of a malevolent organization, the general is tasked with invading Earth and wiping out humanity. Even an extraterrestrial being like him, however, needs a chance to rest. So it's going to be like, oh God, what is it? Love After World Domination, which one that I heard quite a bit about. Didn't particularly care for it myself, never really touched it. Again, though, with like the game world isekais, I don't get the obsession. Like, why do they keep producing so many of them? Are they like that desperate to try and capture the amazing success of like that time I got reincarnated as a slime, Overlord, Shield Hero? Oh God, this thing is labeled ecchi. I don't know how I feel about that. Fluffy Paradise. Gets caught up in a battle among powerful individuals after reuniting with his former friend. Interesting. I haven't heard of this one, Sengoku Yoko. The world is divided into two factions, humans and monsters called Katawara. Despite being a Katawara, Tama loves humans and vows to protect them from evil, even if it means fighting her own kind. Her brother Jinka, however, hates humans, despises the beings. However, hates humans despite being one. And the siblings are joined by a cowardly sword. Oh, I don't. It won't. Oh, there we go. Maybe I should stop being a noob. Cowardly swordsman named Shinsuke, who wants to learn how to become strong. When the group uncovers a plot to exterminate the humans and transform them into monsters, they vow to defeat whoever is behind it, even if it means battling an entire army of warriors. The people they meet, places they see, and creatures they battle will be legendary. You know, from the premise alone, it does at least sound like it could be a cool series. I wonder if there's a trailer out for that I can check out. I wonder what the quality on that is. So, Sengoku, Yoko, Mr. Villain's Day Off. Definitely interested in that. Were there any other in here? I don't know if I want to touch anything that has to do with ecchi. The Witch and the Beast. I guess I'll have to come back to those and see if there's any good trailers for those. What? Oh, yeah, this one. Okay. So on her 16th birthday, yeah. What in the what? I'm sorry, but the title "'Tis Time for Torture, Princess" does not give me. Why is this one not the ecchi series, but the other ones are? Like, you have one that sounds like a wholesome, like Tales of Wedding Rings ecchi. At least like Chain Soldier is like faithful to the kinky sounding name, you know. But this one, what? Who has been held captive by the Demon Lord's army is scheduled to be executed by the Demon Lord's relentless torture. I'm guessing it's just like stupid shit. It seems like it's going to be a gag thing. I'm just, I'm miffed by the title of that. Cherry Magic, 30 years. Oh my, what is this? Office worker Kiyoshi Adachi has gone 30 years of his life without ever having his cherry popped due to this profound accomplishment. He becomes a wizard. It's the whole freaking internet myth. Oh, this is going to be stupid. With the ability to read minds through physical contact. I'm guessing this is going to be some Boileau shit, isn't it? However, he thinks his newly attained skill is hopelessly lame and has caused him to dislike crowded places. On the way to work, Adachi, yep, peaked by his, peak at his heart, only to find what? Yep. 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 BL. Oh, it literally says right there. Okay. Still, leave it to Japan to produce some very, very weird. Leave it to Japan to produce some very, very weird stories. Hold on a sec. The whole 30-year virgin thing. Not sure if I'm even interested in looking at that. Again, Sasuke and Pete, not really strong. The Fire Hunter. What? I didn't even know what the Fire Hunter season 1 is. You're not going to tell me? Fine. You're still not going to tell me? This is bullshit. What? This is rigged. Delusional Monthly Magazine. I don't know. Some of these just don't like that artwork. That title doesn't really interest me. Snack Boss Away. Yami Shibai 12. What? Card Fight Vanguard. Okay, that's a series that keeps popping up. I keep seeing the Card Fight Vanguard this, Card Fight Vanguard that, and I'm confused now. And now we're getting into the continuing stuff. All right, Frieren, love it. Yes, started this one today actually. Undead Unlock. It's okay. Shangri-La Frontier, Ragna Crimson. I'm going to be starting that one. Seven Deadly Sins. Firefighter Daigo. ONA. Okay, so Great Pretender Resbluto. I don't know what that is, but I did see the trailer, and at least the animation had me interested. Monsters, 103 Mercies, Dragon Damnation. I believe this is a One Piece spinoff, which I'm totally cool with. Maybe a One Piece review is in order. I don't reckon. Oh, we're getting into some Chinese stuff, huh? All right, OVAs. So some My Happy Marriage stuff, huh? And movies. So Haikyuu. Okay. Given. Not. Dead demons, dead destruction. What? I am. What? Okay, then. When you look up at the sky, what do you see? A blue sky? Freedom? A hopeful future? The people of Tokyo see none of these. Instead, an ominous alien mothership looms overhead, engulfing the city skyscape. 3 years ago, they came. The arrival of the invaders sparked the greatest war humanity had ever faced, one that threatened to end the world. The Japanese government scrambled to fight the invaders. Weapons were mass produced, sparking controversy and pacifist movements. That day, everything changed, and yet nothing has changed. Kadode Koyama and Oran Nakagawa live their final days like they always have, going to school, playing with friends, and doing what any carefree high school girl would do. As they grow up, they come to learn what it truly means to be an adult. In a world where adults seem to be demons who only deceive and destroy, they come to learn the real threat to humanity is not the invaders, but humanity itself. Interesting. Okay. Quite the interesting sounding movie. Maybe I'll have to keep that on my radar. Oh. Oh, it's just a compilation movie. Oh, that sucks. That's bullshit. I was hoping it'd be an actual, like, your boy Kong Ming. Why am I butchering all my pronunciations tonight? Don't really recognize. Yuri. I don't know what that is. Okay. Mobile Suit Gundam Seed Freedom. Okay. Detective Conan. Sure. Dance with. Okay. The Storm. Interesting. Okay. So I need to take a break from reading all these titles. And I want to check out some trailer footage for some of these, because there were some that interested me that I've never heard of before. And that would be, where is it? Sengoku Yoko. Sengoku. That's loud as hell. All right. Okay, so this trailer is like 2 months old. And let's bring it up. Let's pull it up. Oh, I can just do that. I forgot. Oh, that was the other one, The Witch and the Beast. That was the other one I wanted to check out. So, I guess we got two right here. All right, let's see what we got here. Motherfucker! Oh, that worked.
精霊権限。傍らの霊力に同調し、己を傍らへと近づける秘術。精霊体となった進化は無敵だ。
There are people.
進化ただ化け物です。延期派。
Okay, seems kind of stereotypical shonen vibes right now. Is that all I got to work with? It's Bye Bye Earth. Huh. All right, well, the other one that I wanted to look at was The Witch and the Beast. So what's this all going to be like? I like the design on this one, actually. It looks a little bit more mature. Whatever that means to you. But it looks like it's sort of meant to be a bit more adultish.
やれやれ。仕事熱心だね。どうも。
あのクソ魔女、絶対一発ぶち込んでやる。
Interesting. The first one, Sengoku, it looks like I could enjoy it. It doesn't look like it'll be my favorite thing, but I could be surprised. But I'm definitely interested in The Witch and the Beast. Okay, so Mr. Villain's Day Off is the last one. Villain's Day Off trailer. Because I do like me some occasional, chill anime. So dude's just like a Earth dominating alien obsessed with pandas. I dig it. It's like what is it? Why am I blanking on all these names now? It gives me serious The Devil is a Part-Timer vibes is what it gives me. Okay, I think I've seen enough of oh crap, I haven't even been sharing this whole time like a retard. I have not been paying attention. Yeah. Okay, well. Yeah. So as far as what's coming up here in January, there's plenty of stuff that I think I'm going to enjoy, like Unwanted Undead Adventurer. This was one in a world where the Demon King has died. A host of demigods capable of felling him have inherited the world. A master fencer who could figure out how to take out their opponents with a single glance. A lance so swift they can break the sound barrier. Ishura. Maybe I should, share this. There we go. There we go. Okay. This one, just looking at the trailer, kind of caught my eye. So now I'm curious what it's all about. A lancer so swift they can break the sound barrier. A wyvern rogue who fights with 3 legendary weapons at once. Oh, so it's just Roronoa Zoro, but as a dragon. That makes sense. An all-powerful wizard who can speak through thoughts into being, an angelic assassin who deals instant death, eager to attain the title of true hero. These champions each pursue challenges against formidable foes and spark conflict among themselves. The battle to determine the mightiest of the beings. And the mightiest of the mighty beings. Ah, so they're going to make this one gory. Okay, you know what? He should have too. I kind of like it. So, yeah, there's plenty coming out here in January that seems to have my interest. The Witch and the Beast. Definitely will watch that. Maybe I should check out Blue Exorcist, Mashal, Dangers in My Heart. Comes out January 7th. Chain Soldier. Solo Leveling. Plenty of cool stuff. I don't know how I feel about Tales of Wedding Rings, because at first, when I first was told about it, I thought it interested me enough, but seeing the ecchi and the harem tags on there, kind of. Yeah, Unwanted Undead Adventure. Definitely looking forward to that one. Sengoku Yoko. Yeah, I guess that is pretty much it for this upcoming January, the winter 2024 season. What is spring is bringing some really insane stuff right off the bat. I mean, Konosuba Season 3. All right. I am ready. I love it. Okay. More Demon Slayer. After being let down by Season 3, the Swordsmith Village, I don't know how I feel about this one. I'm definitely going to watch it because it is Demon Slayer, but hey. That time I got reincarnated as a slime returns with Season 3. Wow, lots of Season 3s this year. My Hero Academia, Season 7. They're going into the war arc, which, honestly, I don't know how to feel about. Mushoku Tensei, Season 2, Part 2. Oh, I'm looking so forward to this one. I know it's got that ecchi tag that I've been complaining about, but this one's, actually pretty freaking good. Kaiju number 8. Way looking forward to that one. That one looks good. So, right off the bat, all 6 of these are going to be things I watch. Spring seems to be where it's at. And then it's bringing some, random ones I didn't even see coming. Alia sometimes hides her feelings in Russian. That's a light novel series about a half Russian, half Japanese chick who doesn't realize the guy she's whispering sweet nothings to understands her native language. Let's see. A Condition Called Love. Okay, romance, shoujo manga. But then again, it's shoujo. Probably wasn't written for someone like me. Mission Yozakura Family. Kind of another spy family thing. One that I actually do think is pretty good as far as the manga goes. I enjoy it. Basically, this guy gets roped into a family full of, professional assassins and spies. The older brother wants him dead because he's a total siscon, and he basically has to learn at light speed how to survive and not get killed. It's a good comedy. It's funny. I like it. And as far as action goes, they have the potential to do some pretty good action sequences. I don't see it getting the same popularity as something like Spy Family, though. So, it is what it is. Windbreaker, never heard of it. The Bartender. Yes, I know that's bartender, but I think Bartender is funnier. God's Game We Play. The Supreme Gods, who had too much free time, created the ultimate brain games Play of the Gods. Former goddess Lesh awoke from a long slumber and declared to the world, "Bring forth the person who is the best in games in this era." Faye is nominated as or to represent humanity as the best rookie in recent years. The game of gods that is about to begin between the two may be a little too difficult, as there has yet to be a victor throughout human history, because gods are capricious, very unreasonable, and sometimes completely incomprehensible. However, given the nature of the game, it would be a waste not to have a good time and play with all of one's heart. The ultimate brain battle of a genius gamer boy, a former goddess, and friends. Where do some of these like ideas come from? Okay. Reincarnate. Okay, I don't really care about a reincarnated mysterious appearances. Fable is a legendary hitman who has completed numerous jobs for a variety of clients. After continuing his latest assignment, a number of people he has recently killed becomes too high, and Fable is ordered by his boss to lay low for a year. He has suggested that having to adapt to life as an ordinary citizen might prove valuable experience for his future work. Fable is to be accompanied by the woman who acts as his driver, and the two will assume new identities as siblings. However, their boss warns them that they will both face deadly punishment if Fable kills anyone during his time off. Thus begins Akira and Yoko Sato's joint 1-year sabbatical from the underworld. Interesting. Okay, this one sounds kind of good. I like it. Fable. Okay. All right. April bringing some heat. Studio apartment, good lighting, angel included. I read about this one. Seems like another just like chill kind of, easy to watch, direct, inject sugar directly into my veins kind of series. Quality Assurance in Another Life. Watch the trailer for that. It looks goofy, and these giant frog dragons have my interest. I definitely will watch it just for that. Monster. Looks like a boring isekai, but still probably am going to watch it because it at least has like a novel enough premise for me to care about it. Delicious in Dungeon again. Urusei Yatsura. Sengoku 37 episodes? This thing is getting... okay. All right. Another golf anime. That doesn't look like it interests me. The art style isn't my thing. Oh, it's on Disney Plus. That explains a lot. It's a boy love series. Not interested. Blue Lock episode Nagi. Don't care about Blue Lock. Code Geass. If you're a Code Geass fan, hey, you get a new movie. Man, like stuffed up tonight. Ugh. What is this? The novel depicts the 10 years of a girl who aims to be an idol. A high school girl aims to be an idol. To achieve her dreams, she sets 4 rules for herself. She will not be active on social media. She will not have a boyfriend. She will not stand out in school. She will make friends with beautiful girls. Okay. Interesting. Tower of God season 2. All right. We're moving on into, summer of 2024, and I'm just going to start going through these as I have been because I do want to wrap this up at some point tonight. So, Tower of God season 2. I hear a lot of good things about that series. And more Card Fight Vanguard. Continuing. Okay. Let's see what's here. So basically, unknown dates. One Punch Man season 3. Hell yeah. Saga of Tanya the Evil. Wait, Oshinoko gets another season next year? Oh, hell yeah. It's in here. ReZero season 3. Oh. Wait, Fire Force season 3? Oh, yes. Hell's Paradise season 2. How, of all things, does Arifureta get another season? How does the series keep getting... I'm sure it's the Hispanic viewers who are keeping this thing alive, because the only time I ever see it is in Spanish dub. For some reason, they love this show. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about that. This show... This one fell off hard. To Your Eternity season 3, Date Alive season 5, and Reincarnated as a Sword getting another season? Unironically fun isekai. It's dumb, but it's entertaining. Bleach 1,000 Year Blood War. That has been probably my favorite part of Bleach. Our Last Crusade or the Rise of the New World season 2. World's Finest Assassin. Trapped in a Day. Dr. Stone's Science. What? Sword Art Online. The Detective is Already Dead season 2. Okay. The Angel Next Door Spoils Me Rotten season 2. What the? What is wrong with you? My friend's little sister has it in for me. For some reason, I read that and my mind auto-corrected it to my little sister has it in for me. I swear I read too fast for my own good. I need to slow down. Nero Autonoma Part 2. Okay. My Happy Marriage season 2. I see a lot of people talk about how good that is. Fate, Strange Fake. More Fate stuff, huh? Another series I need to start watching. Spice and Wolf. I saw a lot of people talk about. This I don't know how to feel about because Naruto is one of my favorite anime of all time, but getting just 4 random new episodes, I don't know if that's enough. Like One Piece gets a full-on remake, but Naruto just gets 4 new episodes. Come on. Give me a Naruto remake that just cuts all of its ridiculous filler, please. Cut out all of the unnecessary Sasuke flashbacks at the end of the series. Go Loser Ranger. Hell yeah. That's going to be a good one. Ooh, Rust Eater Bisco. Don covered this one. 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You. Another good one. Covered it. Awesome. Love it. Campfire Cooking in Another World. Golden Kamui. Fuck Dragon Ball Daima. Reborn His a Vending Machine season 2. Don't really care about any of these. Returner's Magic Should Be Special gets a season 2. I guess it's all right. It's not terrible. It's all right. Blue Box. That's a good one. Still not seeing anything. So this is going to be another romance. Yep. Some Yuri stuff, it looks like. Yep, Girls Love. Blue Archive, the animation. MF Ghost. And not really interested in that. Somebody's an otaku. Okay, now we're getting Shy season 2. Okay, I hear a lot of people talking about that. Rurouni Kenshin. Okay. More Rurouni Kenshin is always cool. Mechanical arms. Long ago, alien life forms came to Earth, fusing with people on the planet. Due to their appearance, they were dubbed Mecha-Ood. And as when fused, they bore a striking resemblance to mechanical limbs through an involuntary partnership. Average middle schooler. This looks not really interested in that. Lots of more boring stuff as you go down the list here. Bye-bye. Okay, I see this one. In a world of anthropomorphic animals, Bella LeBlanc was born as the only human being. Okay. That one was interesting to me. The new gate. Shumatsu train. Doko e iku. So where does the train go on the weekend or something like that? I believe that's what that translates to. Slice of life, boys love. Ugh. Not really interested in that. If that's your thing, sure, I'm not going to judge you, but I'm not interested in it. Action, fantasy, sports, comedy. You are Miss Servant. Huh. What is that? I want to escape from Princess Lesson. I parry at what? No. More isekai. That's an Azure Lane. What in the hell? Oh, God. Not Subway. Chipotle ain't sitting right with me right now. Pardon me. Not a lot of interesting stuff to me here. Beastars final season. From Me to You season 3. The One Piece. I talked about this a while back. I don't know how to feel about it yet. To Be a Hero. This looks like some Chinese. Yeah, we're getting into some Chinese stuff right here. Ooh, an original by Wit. That could be cool. Lots of stuff that I don't recognize in here. Stuff that doesn't really particularly catch my interest. Project Bullet. That's an original. For some reason, I thought Instant Bullet, which if you don't know what that is, that's Akasaka's original manga, if I'm not mistaken. That is the creator of Oshinoko, Renai Daikyo, and Love is War. Dude's a very interesting writer. Yeah, just a lot of Chinese stuff that I don't care for. Movies. Oh. Overlord movie. A new Overlord film. Okay. A Bocchi the Rock movie. Oh, it's a theatrical compilation of Bocchi the Rock. Wait. The Eminence in Shadow Lost Echoes. Oh, that could be cool. Look, The Eminence in Shadow is definitely like a shit isekai. There's no doubt about that. But it's still fun to watch. It's a great mockery of all things isekai. My Hero Academia, the movie. Cool. Chainsaw Man. I forgot that. Zombieland Saga. Girls and Panther. Kimi no Iro. Oh, geez. Oh, my stomach is going wild. I'm trying to wrap this up before I blow here. I apologize to anyone listening who has to deal with that sound, but I am not feeling good. Artificial girlfriend. An artificial girlfriend. Interesting. So many freaking movies in here. Oh God. I am not feeling it right now. But I think that's more Licorice Recoil. What? They're doing more My Dress Up Darling too? Hell yeah. The Culling Game, probably. Suicide Squad Isekai. Trigun Stampede, second season. Bunny Girl. Okay. Lazarus. Okay. Akira. Ooh. Man, there's a whole lot more in here than I originally thought. Man. There is a ton of stuff in here that is really freaking cool. All right. I think I need to wrap it up at that because my stomach's telling me that I'm not going to make it much longer. I'm not feeling that great. So, one last little message, and I would like to do a little bit of a celebration and a thank you to all the people who have subbed over the last year. Pardon. Of me doing this YouTube thing. Just recently hit 150 subs, which is a whole lot more than what I thought I would get inside of a year. So thank you to everyone. And here's to the new year. I think I will end the stream with this.
Hello there. You can kill me, but you will never destroy me. It takes strength to resist the dark side.
Throughout heaven and earth, I alone am the honored one.
Are you kidding? Why the hell should I wait for you?
I know what it's like to try and rebuild a life. I had a bad day too.
If you're having nightmares, then welcome to the club. My name's Subaru Natsuki, and I am the Knight of Amelia.
Right now, all I can give you is just death.
If you are feeling disheartened, that you are somehow not enough, set your heart ablaze.